This is the more expensive.
That's the expensive one?
And this is the dupe.
That's the dupe. I took this to the mall to professionals that sell fragrances every day.
Okay.
And they couldn't get it right. Okay.
I know what I like and what I like to smell on somebody else. Okay.
Killian.
Cool.
Love Don't Be Shy.
A bottle.
Small bottle. $300. This is the dupe. $30. How big it is?
That look bigger to me.
Look inside. It looks like his big brother. Today, it's not what's outside of the bottle, it's what's inside of the bottle. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Close your eyes.
No, you gotta let it sit on your skin.
Let it sit fast.
Alright. Okay. So they have the same notes of the same thing.
You got it. You got it.
This is the more expensive.
That's the expensive one?
And this is the dupe.
That's the dupe.
This is the more expensive.
That's the expensive one?
And this is the dupe.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Don't pay for the packaging and branding, pay for the smell. And that's what dupes provide. They undercut in the market with fair pricing. And who don't want to save some bucks, bro? Especially in this economy that we in right now. Save some money. After watching that video, bro, there should be no hesitation with certain dupes. That was Killian Love Don't Be Shy, which is a $350 product. Almost $400, depending on where you buy it from. It costs the amount of a car payment. That's probably gonna last you max 8 hours, right? When you see a dupe that makes somebody pick the dupe over it.
I work with Armani.
Smooth. Get the right one in there. Your left hand. From your judgment, which one smells better?
This one smells better.
You have to really take dupes into consideration. You can't just say, man, dupes are not as good as original products, right? We are in 2024, going in 2025. Dupes have changed.
I hate dupes. I feel like you sacrifice on quality when you go for something that is just a dupe.
Dupes are taking over the market. They're making things more affordable. They're undercutting the market with fair pricing. Bro, they're not only outlasting or outperforming the originals, they're less expensive, right? So overall, they're becoming a better option. So this costs $400, this costs $35. Which one, first off, we're gonna start. Which one is better?
The left one is more subtle, but the citrusy notes are higher. But this one is stronger, but it's not as citrusy. So I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with the left one.
So the left one smells better, okay? Which one would you guess is the Tom Ford Bitter Peach?
Go left again, man.
Left? It's flipped.
Okay.
Which is just further proof that it's about the juice. It's not necessarily about the bottle. This costs $400. This costs $35. So when you see a video like that, especially for the people that kind of hate on dupes, kind of still have that old school mentality, bro, there's no way dupes would be better than originals. She actually has a pretty good knowledge about fragrances. So the fact that she picks the dupe, she stays on the dupe a lot more longer than she does on the luxury scent. She prefers the dupe naturally. We didn't plan this before. I didn't tell her, hey, pick the dupe. I've taken this to the malls and talked to people who are perfume experts, and they've said the dupe is better. So this is the level of quality I try to bring in my Dupe Dictionary. I try to get the dupes that are so spot on, right? That an untrained nose will never be able to pick up the differentiation between a dupe and a regular fragrance. By the way, Riff Ciao Parfum and Love Don't Be Shy are a sweet gourmand fragrance. So if you know anybody who likes a sweet gourmand fragrance, get Riff Ciao Parfum. It's $30. Branding doesn't matter when it comes to fragrance. Packaging doesn't matter when it comes to fragrance. You know why? Because you can't wear it outside of the house. I could see if it was a bag, or I could see if it was a shirt, some shoes. I could see that, right? Because you're gonna wear it outside. You're gonna wear it in public. We all know this was going on. If you didn't know this was going on, bro, you gotta catch up. Matter of fact, this is business. Buy low, sell high. If you think this is bad, then fragrances will drive you crazy. With a Dior bag, I get it. You're going to wear a Dior bag outside. But with a fragrance, bro, you're literally wearing just the perfume, just the oil. If you're only wearing the scent, what is the need of paying that extremely high amount for a fragrance that they marked up by like 400%? And out of the whole thing, the fragrance is a fraction of the cost, right? Unless you want to show off your collection. Now, it does look nice when you can show off your collection and you have those beautiful bottles. You got Nishane on the top. I really don't see any reason people would justify buying expensive fragrance, especially when you have a dupe that performs just as good. Can somebody help me? Can somebody give me a reasoning why people still pay expensive, super luxury prices for a fragrance that doesn't have luxury ingredients, has basic ingredients? We've seen all these cases that's come out with Gucci. We've seen the cases that's come out with Dior. Branding. It's all branding. Look at Gucci. Gucci built a brand that was good in fashion, right? They had the shoes, they got the clothes. They're killing the fashion game. So they transitioned to the fragrance game, and they partner with a company that creates household products to create their fragrance. Dishwasher soap, or body wash, and laundry detergent. This is a fragrance, a luxury fragrance. The luxury that we think is luxury is not luxury anymore. Did you know companies, when they discontinue a lot of their fragrances, they file it as a deduction, they're able to make the money back that they spend on the expenses? People don't know that, right? They come back again with that same fragrance. The next year they release the same exact fragrance. You're like, dang, why did they discontinue to begin with? So they could file it as a deduction. Each dupe has its own feature that it brings to the table that makes it special. For example, right? Jo Milano is a newer dupe brand. They're more like a luxury dupe. The price tag is a little bit more higher than the regular dupe price, because you're not gonna pay more than $70 on a TikTok shop for a Jo Milano fragrance. Jo Milano is basically dominating the dupe market right now when it comes to performance and smell. Like this, for instance, is Louis Vuitton Imagination, right? Louis Vuitton Imagination is $400. This one I paid $67 for. This is a dupe to Delina Exclusive, right? Jo Milano Delina Exclusive. I paid, how much I paid for this? Paid $70 for this one. Delina Exclusive, everybody knows, is $400. It smells better. High roller. This is a dupe to Aventus Absolute. You understand? It smells better. It lasts longer. It performs better. It projects better. The sillage is better. And Aventus Absolute is just a lazy creation, if you ask me. They just took Dior Sauvage Parfum and mixed it with the OG Aventus and called it Aventus Absolute. Like, you're not tricking us anymore. The lack of creativity in the fragrance industry, bro, is ridiculous. So why not just stick with dupes? Dupes are at least giving you a fair pricing, bro. Now, Lattafa, this is a conglomerate. This is the LVMH of dupes. Like, the reason I call them Louis Vuitton dupes is because they have so many sub-brands. They have a lot of sub-brands under them that are also doing good in the market. Kind of like Louis Vuitton owns Dior, you know, a lot of other fragrance brands. The thing that they bring to the table is the options that they have. They have so many different options. Now, the only tricky thing with this one is sometimes they don't come out and tell you what fragrances that they're duping. It's kind of up to us to kind of figure out what fragrances they're duping. That's why I said my Dupe Dictionary is of value right now, because sometimes you don't know that you can have a Lattafa fragrance and it's a dupe to a super expensive, popular fragrance. And Maison Alamar doesn't hide what it's duping at all. Like, this is a dupe to Tom Ford Bitter Peach, and it's easy to tell. But now, Audemars, when it comes to dupes, it has a reputation of not just cloning fragrance, creating fragrances that perform better than the originals. This was their claim to fame right here. Armaf Club they knew. This is Creed Aventus for $30. And some people even says it smells better than Creed Aventus. To me, it smells just like Creed Aventus. It has its own twist depending on your skin chemistry. But this was their claim to fame. When they came into the game, Creed Aventus was on the decline to the point where they even sold their company to BlackRock. And Armaf Club they knew was a big reason for that. People had an opportunity to now smell like the world famous smell, Creed Aventus, for only $30. Lived off on that reputation going forward. All of the fragrances perform better than the original. So fragrance companies like Dossier have really good women fragrances. They have better women fragrances to me than the male fragrances. The male fragrances are kind of stale, but the women fragrances under Dossier are really good. For instance, the Floral Marshmallow, which is the dupe to Killing Love Don't Be Shy, smells exactly even better than Killing Love Don't Be Shy. If you're looking for female dupes, Dossier is definitely one of those brands that has done a good job cloning female fragrances. Duo brand is one of those brands that they stay on top of the game. If you want up-to-date dupes like mainstream fragrances, Duo brand has a lot of mainstream fragrances that is cloned. They are up to date. They stay on top of things. They pay attention to the market. That's one thing I would say about Duo brand. The only thing that they get clowned for is the bottles. Now, who cares? Who cares about the bottles? It's about the fragrance, about the smell inside of the bottle. And also, people say sometimes they smell synthetic. What does that mean? What does smelling synthetic mean? As if luxury fragrances don't use synthetic products in their ingredients. Do you know that there's some ingredients that have to be synthesized because they're too potent for our skin in its natural form? Like jasmine, sandalwood, ambergris, civet, musk. They all have to be synthesized because they're way too potent for your skin in the natural form, and it might cause different skin issues. So they have to be synthesized. So when people say, oh, it smells synthetic, how are you able to pick that up? How do you even know what that smells like? That's all cap, right? A lot of these fragrance companies are using synthesized products from the top note to the bottom note, bro. Don't listen to anybody tell you anything different. As long as you're using it in moderation and you're coating your skin with Vaseline, you'll be fine. Parfums vintage. If you're somebody who has fallen in love with a certain smell, if you have a smell that you fell in love with, maybe you were younger, maybe that was passed down to you, but it's discontinued, they stopped selling it for some weird reason, right? And you can't find it anywhere. It's a classic, it's a vintage smell. Parfum Vintage is the perfect place for you. Why? Because they specialize in high quality replicas of vintage and discontinued fragrances with a focus on maintaining the original scent profile. So yeah, Parfum Vintage. Now Oakcha, I've had a couple Oakcha bottles. Can't find my Oakcha bottle, but Oakcha is more so focused on longevity. Like if you have a full's work day, bro, and you're leaving from the morning, not coming to nighttime, you're gonna be out of the house for most of the day. Oakcha is the fragrance that's gonna hold you down. They're known for their good longevity, and they smell pretty close, pretty similar to the original scent. Alexandria Fragrances has taken a bespoke approach when it comes to duping fragrances. They're focused on discontinued fragrances and rare scents. So like fragrances that you probably didn't think had a dupe for, right? Alexandria Fragrances probably has it. They have the uniform packaging, uniform branding, right? But they fulfill a very unique gap in the market. So that's what kind of keeps them afloat, and they have good quality products. The quality of the ingredients and the products that they have are really good, right? And also you can get samples. So you don't have to buy a full bottle. You can get samples of Alexandria Fragrances, samples of a dupe before you spend money on a full bottle. Afnan and Al Harmin, kind of similar. They both have a major influence of the Eastern culture and the Western culture put together. They're both known for rich, Oriental inspired scents, and they often blend the traditional Arabic notes with modern compositions. Al Harmin and Afnan are really good. A lot of fragrances that they clone are spot on. There's so many of them, right? There's Oil Perfumery, there's La Rue Fragrances, Perfume Parlor, there's Rasasi, there's Al Rehab. There's so many of them, and I could talk about them forever, but I'll save this for a second video. I don't want to dump all this information at once on you guys. So I'm going to save it for a part 2. So yo, thank you guys for tuning to the video. My name is Denwar Tafa. Fashion is my passion. I'm about that action.